This is why your garden struggles every single June, even when you do everything right. And the reason has nothing to do with effort and everything to do with depth. Last year, a Zone 7 gardener followed every standard practice: watering every morning, proper mulch, regular soil checks. Nothing was missing. And yet by mid-afternoon, the entire garden was collapsing under heat, leaves drooping, stems weak. Everything looked exhausted. The real issue is hidden under your feet. Soil is not one layer, it is two completely different environments stacked on top of each other. On the surface, under direct sun, temperatures push near 95 degrees. But just a foot below, it stays a stable, cool 70. That single physical boundary decides whether your crops thrive or burn out before July. Most people try to fix summer heat the same way: more water. It feels logical, but here is what actually happens. The moment water hits hot soil, it spreads across the surface, heats up, and evaporates fast. Instead of building moisture in the root zone, you are just refilling a surface layer that disappears within hours. The soil becomes reactive instead of stable. And reactive systems don't support growth. They only respond to damage. Plants don't suffer from a lack of water, they suffer from inconsistent access to it. Shallow roots are forced to live in the most unstable part of the system: hot, dry, then briefly wet, then hot again. It never stabilizes. When a system never stabilizes, plants stop growing and switch into survival mode. Most gardeners assume it is just heat, but heat is only the trigger. The real problem is root placement. If you look below the surface, plants have a simple option: grow roots deeper into cooler, stable soil. But most home gardens never push them to do that. They stay shallow because that is where water is constantly being added. This is the point most gardens quietly fail. Roots don't grow toward soil, they grow toward consistent moisture. When you bury a stem deeper, it triggers a hormone shift. The plant stops focusing on upward growth and explodes an extensive network of secondary roots from the buried stem. It stops struggling in the surface furnace and begins drawing life from a cool, protected vault 12 inches down. This isn't about the plant getting stronger, it is about changing its access point. And most gardens never realize they are training roots in the wrong direction. And this is where it quietly starts failing, even when everything still looks fine. Long before anything is visible, internal water pressure drops. Transport slows, nutrients move less efficiently. Visually, everything looks okay, which is why most people miss the early warning stage. By the time you walk outside at 2 in the afternoon and notice the top growth going limp, the plant has been under stress for hours. Watering now is not a reset, it is just temporary relief. The root system is still sitting in the same unstable heat zone. This cycle repeats, and every cycle weakens it further. Eventually, the plant stops producing, flowers drop, growth becomes inconsistent. At some point, the plant is no longer responding, it is just surviving in fragments. And that is usually the point people start blaming heat when the system already collapsed weeks ago. If you have heavy clay soil, depth alone can kill the plant. Dense clay holds water but lacks oxygen. The fix for clay is non-negotiable: abandon narrow holes entirely and excavate wide trenches so air can actually move. Sandy loam is the opposite. It fails through rapid water loss. Water passes through like a sieve. In sand, you must mix raw woody biochar and mature compost directly into the deep planting column. Biochar acts like a permanent underground sponge, stabilizing moisture exactly where your new deep roots are growing. You are not just planting a crop, you are designing a small underground environment. If that environment is unstable, no amount of water fixes it. Imagine 2 gardens during peak summer. One garden has shallow roots. It survives, but barely. It collapses by midday, growth is uneven, and fruit is small. Now compare that to a garden with deep moisture access. Morning heat hits both the same, but by noon, the difference becomes visible. The shallow system starts curling and weakening, its blossoms drying up and dropping into the dirt. The deep system stays steady, leaves wide open and stems rigid even under the burning sun. Not because it avoids heat, But because its water supply doesn't disappear, that stability compounds. Plants don't waste energy surviving daily shocks, they use it for growth. From above ground, it still looks like a garden. But functionally, it has already stopped being one. If your garden only works when conditions are perfect, it is not stable. Summer is a stress test every single day. Your goal is not to fight heat. Your goal is to move roots into a zone where heat doesn't control water availability. Summer doesn't destroy gardens. It reveals how they were built. And most failures don't happen in June, they simply become visible in June. This weekend, check your soil, prepare your zones, and deep plant your crops to their first true leaf. Next week, I am breaking down a hidden August pest threat that destroys a significant portion of tomato harvests. Hit the subscribe button so you don't lose your crop at the finish line. I will see you next week.